Welcome everybody to the Dome in Bluefield, Virginia, where tonight we have another AAC volleyball matchup. The visiting Reinhardt University Eagles travel to the two Virginias to take on the Bluefield College Rams here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello everybody, Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us, and what a game we had a few nights ago. The Rams ended up losing that one in 3 straight sets to the Union Bulldogs, but you saw for Bluefield College improvement in the final 2 sets after the first one did not go their way in the slightest. Unfortunately for Bluefield, they are still looking for their first win on the season. Right now 0-12 and 0-3 in the AAC, going up against a Reinhardt team that is currently 2-0 in the AAC and 8-2 overall. Reinhardt, folks, their only 2 losses came to Cumberland as well as Lindsey Wilson, and Lindsey Wilson was number 9 in the country at the time. As for Bluefield, 5 straight home games for the Rams. A perfect time to try to get up on the upswing, playing Reinhardt today and then another team from Georgia tomorrow. And folks, we're actually going to have that one for you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. I can make that one as opposed to being able not to make it because we go to Pikeville tomorrow with football. So for Bluefield College, have to expect big games out of Kaylee Kay, who is still trying to calibrate big swings, the senior from Thatcher, Arizona, with another senior in the middle of the net, Katie Kendrick, who is always improving. But you look at for Bluefield, lots of inexperience, and it showed in that first half, or at least in that first set against Union. Cassidy Holloway still trying to work out the kinks, working with another outside hitter in Gabby Rigsby, trying to figure out the best chemistry in order for Bluefield to get their first win on the season. So they have Point tomorrow, and then a few days after that, Tennessee Wesleyan, and Emory and Henry 2 days after that one. So 5 straight home games for Bluefield College. Buddy Gallimore in his 5th season as the head coach. It's a big challenge for this team with Ray Vance in his 2nd season as the assistant coach. Going up against Reinhardt and Brian Goodhine, 3rd season with Charles Shearer, the assistant coach, with him. Bluefield College and Reinhardt. Reinhardt in the navy blue and the yellow, coming from Waleska, Georgia, while the Rams, the only NAIA school in Virginia, on the right side, and the white, red, and blue. Folks, this should be a good one. Big test for Bluefield College against a proven Reinhardt University team in an AAC matchup. Good crowd on hand, starting to fill in here at the Dome. On Fridays in the two Virginias, we're competing with who is playing high school football over at Mitchell Stadium, so not only for attention, but for parking here in Mercer County. Reinhardt ready to go. As for the Rams, really on a bit of soul searching throughout this first part of the season. How can they prove themselves? And a good night to try to do it against this team from Waleska, Georgia. Also getting this game started a little bit later than usual. We're supposed to have it started right around 6:30, and now Bluefield out onto the court now with Kaylee Kay, Taylor Sutherland, Gabby Rigsby. Looked like she wanted to be on, but then walked off. Cassidy Holloway and Katie Kendrick also out there. And last but not least for Bluefield, Adriana Grajeda. Glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. As for Reinhardt, Shelby Glawson's on the floor, as well as Carly Baxter, joined by number 63, Savannah Davis. The back row, Tessa Colden. The libero for Reinhardt is Mar Vives, excuse me. Vives coming from Cabril, Spain, so I'm going to call it Vives. Cassidy Holloway ready to serve for Bluefield, and we are ready for volleyball. Here are the two Virginias, Rams and Eagles, on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Quickly in the middle, point Reinhardt, easy as that. Shelby Glawson puts the Eagles on the board, and it's 1-0. Well, they had that play teed up, and that's the thing Bluefield has to do to win this game, is get Reinhardt out of system. Ready to serve, Erin American. Setter from Prescott, Arizona. A couple of Arizona natives scoring off her, and Kaylee Kay. Here's Sutherland with a swing. Vives, good block. Solid dig from Holloway. Rigsby with a roll shot. Kaylee K rolls, point Bluefield. Good rally there by both teams, and Kaylee K caps it off with the first Bluefield kill of the night. So Reinhardt 8-2, 2-0 in the AAC, wins over Point, tomorrow's opponent for Bluefield, as well as Allen. And Kaylee K usually goes with the large athletic serves, and that time just floated the ball, and it did not come up well. So a gift to Reinhardt. Here's Holly Heath. Heath, the sophomore from Tunnel Hill, Georgia. Another ace. The crowd's starting to pile up. We saw a good crowd against Union a few nights ago, and it was very loud when Bluefield tied it up late in the third set. Hopefully we can have that again this year, and now Bluefield having trouble returning these serves. Makes it 4-1 already. Rams cut a break. Katie Kendrick, brace and all, checks in. Paige Fisher, who was dealing with a concussion, finally back in the lineup for Bluefield as the libero. Good play by Fisher. Now the set, a spike. Fisher all over the place on the pack. Rigsby. Another chance for Reinhardt. Sutherland. Big swing. Good job for Charbonneau. Florida native puts Reinhardt up 5-2. Couple of new players checking in for Reinhardt. And the one to serve, Alma Vasquez Nunez. So Vasquez Nunez, the sophomore from Spain, a couple of Spanish players for Reinhardt. And the outlook notification right in the middle of the floor. There's an ace. Rams have had trouble a few times tonight already of returning the serve. Vasquez Nunez. Holloway, a desperation play to keep the ball alive, but Kaylee K sails the ball behind the back boundary. Largest lead in the match so far for Reinhardt. Vasquez Nunez goes right down the line and drops it in. Going on these serve streaks for Reinhardt. Back to Sutherland. Nothing there. Katie Kendrick looking for her first kill. And she gets it. Point Bluefield. Finally ending that streak and now makes it 8-3. So now with a 5-point lead for the Rams. Whitney Phipps ready to check in for Bluefield. So here's Phipps. Or Whitley Phipps, excuse me. Fisher crashing into Phipps. That's something that Bluefield really struggled with a few nights ago. The communication was not there on the back. Now with Fisher back into the lineup, one of the more experienced players for Bluefield, there's really not many excuses for that type of miscommunication. Holloway. A sliding effort for Kendrick. Drops it in again. So Davis makes it 10-3. Harley Baxter. Holloway, what a play. Well, they'll call a double hit. Well, she was really penalized on that a few times a few nights ago against Union. Really assisted the Bulldogs in a sweep victory. Back for Kendrick, a little too far. Reinhardt crashing into the net. Davis trying to favor that knee. A scary moment for Reinhardt. And she might have to be helped off the floor. And Coach Goodhine making sure she's all right. Helping her is Isabella Breitbarth. And Breitbarth onto the floor. So the 6'2" right side hitter checks in. Now a discussion on where the point will be awarded here. Buddy Gallimore as well as Goodhine. Talk this one over for just a moment. I think they're going to replay it. Carly Baxter. We'll try this over again. Breitbarth now in for Reinhardt. Holloway for Rigsby. Had the right idea, and it ends up with a Bluefield kill. Well, Bluefield getting a taste of their own medicine there, except this time it counts from Carly Baxter. Already jumping out to an 8-point lead, and this looks very familiar for Bluefield after that first set against Union. They ended up losing that one by 9. Kaylee Kay housed at the net. Brittany Taskus combining with Breitbarth. That was a big swing. Buddy Gallimore yet to call a timeout. Reinhardt jumping out to a commanding lead now. Colden. Block can't matriculate, and the point will be awarded to Chitara Bing. Largest lead of the match for Reinhardt at 10. Colden bullets the ball over. Here's Kay. Holloway has to step up the setter. Breitbarth gives a gift to Bluefield. And finally get the serve back, down by 9. You have to give it to them, though, on a Friday night, Bluefield College bringing in a good amount of student fans. I think volleyball is one of those sports that's very student section friendly. Whistle blows, point Reinhardt. I think they'll call a double hit, and they will. Back to a 10-point lead for Reinhardt. They're only 10 away from taking this one in very convincing fashion. Grajeda. Block to the net. Great job by Grajeda. Bit of a soft effort from Reinhardt, which is not characteristic of them, and the Rams got it down to a 9-point lead. Phipps goes out, Sutherland back in. Smackdown, block was there. Fisher. Bing with a slap over. Point Reinhardt. Holloway had to save it with the foot. Third or fourth time tonight where the Rams failed to return the serve. 11-point lead, timeout, Bluefield. Reinhardt cruising so far here at the Dome. Welcome back, everybody. We're still here in set number one. 17-6, Reinhardt leads. Holloway and Bluefield trying to change that. And Grajeda gets it off to a nice start here to make it a 10-point lead now. Grajeda has put the ball where nobody was in the first couple of tries for her in set one. Here's Kaylee Kay. Better serve that time. Bing. Blocked. Point Rams. Bing follow through onto the net. 2 straight points for Bluefield. Finally, a bit of the break that the Rams wanted. Will it be enough? Kaylee Kay. Golden. Grajeda with 2 hands. Sliding around. Wasn't the play Reinhardt drew up. Rigsby. 3 straight points for Bluefield. So now the ball stays in the hands of Kaylee Kay. In the middle. Back for Kay. Long step up. What a block by Grajeda. A double hit and the Rams are rallying. Reinhardt might want to think about calling a timeout. Their 11-point lead has dwindled down to 6. Solid serve is set. Sliding play. Well, Shelby Glosson had about enough of that. That's a smooth Eagles play there, and Holly Heath jogs in for Reinhardt, 18-11. Backwards for Sutherland. Slapped down by Glosson. After that 5-point unanswered Bluefield rally, Reinhardt comes back with 2 points of their own. Sutherland palms the ball down. Colden. Rigsby's blocked. Off balance for Sutherland. Holloway. The set. Spike from Colden. Rigsby kept it alive. Into the back corner and off of the hand of Kaylee Kay. Counted for Erin Mariquin. Timeout called by Bluefield. Reinhardt back into the swing of things. It's 22-11. Welcome back, everyone. Heath ready to serve for Reinhardt. They are 5 away from taking away set 1 from Bluefield. Holloway loops it back for Kaylee Kay. Blocked. Rams had to call a timeout and couldn't get the point right after it. We saw the last time Buddy Gallimore took a timeout, though. The Rams stormed back with 5 unanswered points. It didn't happen here. Heath is ready again for the Eagles. 4 away now from a set 1 victory. Only 2 losses this year for Reinhardt, right now at 8-2, one of them against a top 10 team. Rigsby. And they call it double hit on Mariquin. Kendrick. Now for Sutherland off the block. Point Reinhardt. Rigsby and Fisher colliding again. Alma Vasquez Nunez ready to serve. Shelby Clausen goes to the bench. Rigsby. Good idea by Rigsby as that one skies close to the scoreboard. Phipps is on for Sutherland. Glosson is back in. Out for just a moment, and then the libero checks in. Vives is in. Oh, Phipps let it fly right in front of her. 23-13, back to a 10-point lead for Reinhardt. They can smell a set 1 victory. Carly Baxter back on for Reinhardt. Once again, if you're watching, you can see that unnecessary clumping of gentlemen right near the exit when there is plenty of bleacher room throughout the dome. Kendrick slides the ball into the back corner. From the back, and now Reinhardt will serve for set point. Goes into the hands of the senior from DeLand, Florida, Tessa Colden. And the ace will end set 1 very confidently for Reinhardt. Kaylee Kay blocked. And Reinhardt wins set 1, 25-14. We'll take a break as Reinhardt leads this one 1-0 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. We are ready for set number 2, and Bluefield gets a gift to start out. Their first lead of the day comes on a service error from Tessa Colden and Reinhardt. Reinhardt took that first set pretty confidently over Bluefield. Let's see if the Rams can equalize in set number 2. Big sliding effort down the line and out of bounds. Point Rams. Shadesa Summerall makes the mark, 2-0 Bluefield. Another chance for Summerall, way too hard. 3-0 Rams. Bluefield will certainly take more of that. Here's Kaylee Kay. Onto the back. It's odd that that is the point that breaks Bluefield. A weakly hit ball from Breitbarth, who was injured in the first set, now back, or excuse me. She was not injured as Heath is ready to serve. That was Davis that was hurt. Kay from the back. Marquin. Good block of the net from Bluefield. Holloway for Grajeda, she's blocked. Fisher couldn't get back in time. Holloway for Rigsby. Too hard again. Another 3-0 lead vanishes in the blink of an eye. Reinhardt ready to tie it up. You can tell that Reinhardt a bit more of experience, have the chemistry that Bluefield is very consistently trying to build in each game. Grajeda. Summerall gets the point she wanted, 4-3. Heath continues to serve for Reinhardt. Going straight to the back for Kay. Ace. 5-3 the score. Holloway for Sutherland. Well placed, point Bluefield. Rams fans clustering up in the left side of the bleachers now. Yeah, a good amount of fans bring some signs. Slammed down too low from Breitbarth. Tied up once again at 5-5. Unorthodox setup there. Heath jogging over towards the bench. Holloway for Sutherland. Holloway, Kendrick caps it off, point Bluefield. Rams have the lead again. Now fresh legs in for Reinhardt. Allison Selway, the freshman from Murrieta, California. Double hit, point Bluefield. Rams find themselves with a 2-point lead. Reinhardt took set 1 very confidently. Eagles are still out on their own bench. Wow, Tessa Colden. Seems like anytime Bluefield has just a gasp of energy, Reinhardt is there again to just answer and answer loudly. Vasquez Nunez. Holloway backwards for Sutherland. Well, the ball set on the top rope. Awkward setup for Rigsby. Kept it alive anyway. Colden. And Buddy Gallimore popped the ball in bounds. I think Holloway actually had a chance to keep that alive. Smiling about that, all tied up 7-7. Vasquez Nunez ready to go again for Reinhardt. Colden over the block. I love that Fisher call for the ball. That's something that the Rams didn't do that well in the first game of this week against Union. Knocked down, off the block and landed in anyway, off of the hand of Selway. Lead is back for Reinhardt at 1. Vasquez Nunez destroyed that ball. Another gift for Bluefield. Whitley Phipps in for Sutherland. Whiff, but it landed in anyway. Ashlyn Carlton might have gotten the fingertip of her middle finger on that ball, and I don't believe that was the intention, but it worked out anyway for the Eagles, 9-8. From the back, here's Carly Baxter. Another double called on Holloway. (10-8) the score. This time, just out of bounds from Kendrick. But what you're seeing out of Bluefield, though, just like what we saw in the Union game, it's almost like they need time to wake up. And that's unfortunate because you need to be here ready to go so the first set is a little bit more competitive. But in set 2, the Rams are keeping it closer than they did in set 1. Holloway for Rigsby. Another chance for Rigsby. Roll shot. Not getting Reinhardt slightly out of position. Kendrick wasn't exactly orthodox in what she wanted, landed down and pounded it back in the corner, 11-9. Holloway. Kendrick jumped back and it's too much. Being ready to go for the Eagles. Heath is off. Tessa Colden serving for Reinhardt now. Kaylee Kay. How about that? Lots of velocity on that swing, making it a 2-point game again in set number 2. Bing, well placed, point Eagles. So Reinhardt hanging tough after Bluefield stormed out to a 3-0 lead in set 2. You can say the same about Bluefield, keeping this one interesting. Vives goes cross court. Reinhardt housed at the net, but how about Rigsby? Holloway could not keep the ball alive, 14-10. Vives from Cabriz, Spain. Down for Summerall. 15-10, timeout called by Buddy Gallimore. 5-point lead for Reinhardt, 10 away from taking a 2-set lead over Bluefield. (15-10) the score. Here's Holloway. Out of bounds, and a point for Reinhardt, even out of the Bluefield timeout. 16-10, Eagles lead. Vives gives Bluefield a break, bouncing that one into the student section. Ace. That went off of the arms of Shatira Bing. Bit of a lapse there for Reinhardt because that ball was going out. See if Holloway picks on that corner again. This time goes to the back. Colden. Point Reinhardt. Eagles now 8 away. They took the first set confidently over Bluefield. Now the score 17-12. Aaron Merrick win back for Reinhardt. Setter serves. Reinhardt with the fingertip. Point Rams. Now Bluefield's within 4. Now with Kaylee Kay trying to get a cheeky serve in. This time she'll go with the power again. Well, Sutherland just trying to tip the ball over. That was not the best offensive look for Bluefield. Back up to a 5-point lead for Reinhardt. Reinhardt sets for K. Point Bluefield. No. Spoke too soon. Buddy Gallimore. All right, I was right the first time. That's a point for the Rams. It pinballed around 4 Eagles. They let the ball play, but had too many hits, and Buddy Gallimore was about ready to tackle the net. And as someone who just wants to watch chaos happen, would have been pretty interesting to see. Floating over. Great touch from Shadesha Summerall. After the point, Summerall out, Vasquez Nunez in. Kendrick, is it in? No, just landed out. It's now 20-14, Reinhardt leads. Alma Vasquez Nunez 5 away from capping off an impressive set 2. Very competitive though, and the Rams keep it relatively close. Katie Kendrick says yes she can. Summerall in, but Vives, the libero, remains in for Reinhardt. Whitley Phipps in for Bluefield. Skipped in, point Reinhardt. Allison Selway. Kaylee Kay just didn't have enough ground to come back up with that. 21-15. Rigsby. The block landed in. And boy, Rigsby, that is one of the better looking plays for Bluefield, because a lot of times these sets have made the outside hitters kind of jump and then sit down, slap it over. She went into that with full contact and the full momentum that she intended to. So did Katie Kendrick. Over the back boundary again, 23-15 now the score. And no, excuse me. So they said it went off the fingertips of Reinhardt, so the Rams are within 6. Instead of being down by 7. Would have been 8 actually. Out again. Rams within 5. Colden spikes it straight into the hard court. So Tessa Colden and Reinhardt 2 away from a set 2 victory. Off balance at first. Kendrick blocked. Here's Kay. Bing, way too hard into the student section. Targeting the back again. Cross court, good point for Courtney Presley, and now set point for Reinhardt. Into the grasp of Mar Vives with the intentions of ending set 2. Holloway very close to the net. Bing. Point Reinhardt, and that is it for set 2. 25-18. Eagles take a 2-0 lead over Bluefield. Set 3 coming up on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone. We are ready for set number 3. The last one went 25-18, the way of the Eagles. And the block can't work for Bluefield for point number 1. That will be tallied to Shadesha Summerall. Haley Engel on the call here. We're glad to have you listening in and watching here on our live stream on the Rams Digital Sports Network, wherever you may be. Reinhardt making the trip up from Waleska, Georgia. Rams in game number 2 of this 5-game homestand. Not a great start, 2-0. Well, this team from Waleska, Georgia is 8-2, 2-0 in the AAC with wins over Point and Allen. Well, the Rams will play Point tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Smacked down by Sutherland, spun its way in. Point Bluefield. Well, check it out tomorrow. We'll be on the air at 11 o'clock tomorrow when the Rams take on Point. But then after that, an audio-only broadcast coming up on the Rams Digital Sports Network. That's at 7 p.m. That'll be on the road in Pikeville, Kentucky, just about 2.5 hours away from the two Virginias here. Rams football trying to get their first win of the season and their first win ever against Pikeville. Bears have given Bluefield a run for their money each time. I guess it should be the other way around. The Rams have given the Bears a run for their money as Reinhardt caps off yet another point, 3-1. So listen in tomorrow right around 7 o'clock when the Rams take on the Bears. Before that, volleyball and another AAC matchup here on the Rams Digital Sports Network at 11. Sutherland finds open space, 3-2. Katie Kendrick in for Grajeda. Out for Paige Fisher. After a couple of games missing due to concussions. Was that in? No, it was not. Point Rams. Reinhardt says they want fingertips, and Katie Kendrick says sportsmanship and actually gives the point to the Reinhardt Eagles. So it's 4-2. Kind of like that values commercial that comes on every day, seemingly, of the guy saying, "I touched the ball, coach." Alma Vasquez Nunez. Come on, coach. Oh, come on, Alex. It's the championship game. There's an ace. Some of you at home know what I'm talking about. 5-2, Reinhardt dominating. Kendrick, point Bluefield. Confidently pounding that one into the back line off of the hands of Mariquin. It's now Whitley Phipps for Bluefield. Rams already down 2-0. They'll need to win every one of them from here on out. (6-3) Reinhardt. Well, Buddy Gallimore in his 5th season knew that this could be a rebuilding year. Lots of youth, lots of new players. Holloway and Phipps both coming from the now defunct Hawassi College. Katie Kendrick starting to feel it for the Rams. Now has 8 kills. Rigsby just skims the top of the net. Into the stands. Counted for Courtney Presley. I have to have you folks on our Rams Digital Sports Network. Right now, 45. Alma Vasquez Nunez. Tasked with the serve. Kaylee K, point Rams. Bluefield keeping it close, just like what we saw in set 2. Just goes back to the narrative. Rams got pretty much smoked in set 1, and even though it was a 7-point deficit in set 2, it was closer for most of it. As Holloway dunks it down, point Rams. Buddy Gallimore excited about that one. Trying to find these moments for Bluefield, a team that has struggled throughout the season. Ace Rams, tied up, courtesy Katie Kendrick. Timeout called by Reinhardt. Eagles on a skid. Rams have tied it up at 7-7. Welcome back, everybody. All tied up 7-7. Reinhardt forced to call a timeout. But right out of the break, they're close to getting a point, but instead too far for Allison Selway. That one bumps into the sideline. Point Rams. They have a lead out of the Reinhardt timeout. I think they're going to talk this one over with the line judges. Goodhind is not excited. Stays with Bluefield. I think that might be the right call. Selway had the right idea of going cross court. There was nobody there. Ace! Add another for Katie Kendrick. Katie Kendrick starting to feel it as the Rams have jumped out to a 2-point lead. Another ace! And for Reinhardt, what is happening here? Out. Good streak for Bluefield. Kendrick rolls off. Fisher back in. So Sophia Graziano, haven't seen her yet. Already a double for Bluefield. Another 3-point lead in the blink of an eye, right back down to 1. Reheda. All tied up at 10-10. Too far. 11-10. Boy, Bluefield had all the momentum. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore. The pendulum swinging of momentum right now to the Eagles. Buddy Gallimore trying to change that. Rams trying to bounce back out of the timeout. 11-10, and Kaylee Kay has something to say about that. Point Bluefield. Confident way to tie it up at 11-11. Sutherland runs in, Phipps to the bench. Back of the air, here's Bing. Holloway. See if Kay can do it again. No, but she's helped out by Fisher. Holloway didn't fall for it. Grajeda. Sliding over. Sutherland blocked. Still alive. Off balance, Rigsby. That one nearly landed out. Bing. Sutherland over the block. Lands in. Selway attacked the block, went right over it. 12-11. Wow. Uncharacteristically hard serve that time from Reinhardt, and Aaron Mariquin up again at 12-12. Kaylee Kay. Holloway. Now these overpasses are killing Bluefield. Reinhardt trying to get their 9th win of the year and improve to 3-0 in the AAC. Rams are still searching for their first win of the season. Rigsby off the block, point Bluefield. Energy is there for the Rams, but unfortunately, is it too late? 13-13. Good block for the Rams. Rigsby just misplayed the ball. Didn't have the timing right. Vasquez Nunez in. Ready to go for a Reinhardt serve. Kendrick teed up perfectly. Just like that, tied up once again in set 3. Phipps makes her way in. On a play by Fisher. Rigsby down the line and out. Still both teams starting to trade haymakers with one another. Selway back in, as is Carly Baxter. So the setter ready to serve for Reinhardt. Lands in. Boy, Rigsby and Kaylee Kay turned around to let that ball fly out, but unfortunately dropped right on the line. Rams want to come back. They can't have any more of these situations presented to them with aces. Holloway, Katie Kendrick. Reinhardt hasn't given up yet. Holloway, Rigsby, good dig. That was Graziano. Floats over the block. Presley wasn't ready. Point Rams. Back within 1. Too far out. Well, the Rams trying to build some chemistry, notably without Kaylee Barker. Still injured for Bluefield. Senior from Princeton, West Virginia. Too low. Rams will certainly take it. Reinhardt 8 points away from walking out of the two Virginias with a three-set sweep. Rams still have enough firepower to make this a ball game. New players cycling in for Reinhardt. Brittany Taskus is now in. Rolled over, Kendrick dove down. Baxter or Selway. Rams on a back pedal. Baxter now for Selway, way too hard, Rams lead. Reinhardt, if they give up another point, might want to call a timeout. Kay, cross court, off balance. Well, both teams have gotten a good amount of their points from each other's mistakes and miscues. Grajeda blocked. Kaylee Kay blocked as well. Nothing's going over the middle of the net. Kay with another try. Oh, Bing has been right there. Colden. Kaylee Kay. Too far over. Fans are starting to love it in Bluefield. Mind you, the Rams haven't won a set since August 30th. Colden, perfect. That's another thing Bluefield has to try to do, just to finish. It has been a struggle for them just to finish out a set. Grajeda, point Rams. Like we said, hanging trail makers, trading them. Haymakers, I should say. Trading haymakers. I don't know what a trail maker is. Either way, had a good volleyball match. Bing. Double hit called on the Rams, and that is a very timely error if you're a Reinhardt fan. Colden now locked up 20-20. Grajeda blocked. Holloway got back up. Another double called, and Reinhardt takes the lead. Holloway for Rigsby. Glosson played it too low. Bing, finesse move, but Paige Fisher rolled over. Wow, that ball's still alive. Presley, the block couldn't work for the Rams. (22-21). Vasquez Nunez. It's an overpass for Kendrick. Too low. Reinhardt's 2 away. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore. Reinhardt 2 away from the sweep victory of the Rams. Do they have it in them to score 4 unanswered to walk out at set 3 with a victory? Welcome back. Set number 3. Reinhardt leads 23-21. Already leading 2 sets to none. Katie Kendrick stifled at the net. Glosson. Kaylee Kay. Now it's match point for Reinhardt. Just like what we saw the other day, the Rams made it closer set to set. But Vasquez Nunez trying to tie a bow on this matchup. Too low. Glosson ends it. Reinhardt wins set 3, 25-21, and they end another 3-set win over Bluefield College. Rams now fall to 0-13, 0-4 in the AAC. Reinhardt improves to 9-2 and an undefeated 3-0 in the AAC. So that will do it until tomorrow when we are on the air at 11 o'clock for Bluefield College Volleyball. But until then, my name is Bailey Engel reminding you the final score. Reinhardt wins this one in 3 sets. Until tomorrow, take it easy, Rams fans.